The mega sci-fi saga Chaotic Flux continues to issue retreat relentless. Drawn and colored by Brian Milano and Brian Vinnieart. Written by Scott Payne and lettered by Janelle Griffin. Relentless to divide in from where we left off. The Thar must give it her all like you've never seen before to overcome this titan of humanity. But it could prove to be a bigger problem for a young heroine is Lieutenant Vladik. As he waits for the right moment to capture the dog for his twisted cyborg overlord, Thrax's Drive, Sword, Strike, and Zathar unite for the first time in the gaming super team, the Christie Flame. Plus, a bloody showdown in Ladderless. All this and more packed in 30 pages of relentless sci-fi action and suspense. So don't miss out on Cat Flux number 3, Relentless.
Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? This is going to be a quickie, just a quickie. Our good friend Scott Payne is closing out some items on Chaotic Flux today. So I'm going to say hello to NyRiam. What's up, NyRiam? How you doing?
Just amazing, because the quickies are the best.
Well, they can be. They certainly can be, depending on the time of day and what's happening. We got Riverbend Bear in the house. What's up? What's up? Good to see you. Carla's here as well. Good to see you, too.
Hey, Carla.
Pale Rider's here. Says, what up? Good timing. Just sat down with my first drink. All right, so we get an almost sober Pale Rider. That's awesome. Lord Runner's in the house. Oh, I said Lord. Damn it. Pale Rider, how you doing, my man? Thanks for being here. And let's introduce the guest of honor. We got Scott Payne in the house. What's up, Scott?
Camera right. What's up, everybody?
How you doing, man?
The just getting drunk Pale Rider. Pretty good.
How are things going today? I know you've been pretty... well, can I say relentless today on streams?
Yeah, I'm trying to be. Yeah, I had a great stream this morning on the morning roast with Chris and Sim, and now here we are on your show, and I got a couple other shows coming up here. And let's see, next I'm doing Winges, yeah, Winges, and then after that Carla, and then after that I'll be with Dean and the Australian guys on Comics Mate.
Cool.
Wow, you seem
you got a busy day.
Well,
busy day.
Yeah, Johnny Cage, just a quickie, man. I know we'll try to make it good as best as we can. But yeah, since we don't, well, that's just uncalled for. Since we don't have a ton of time, let's talk about Chaotic Flux. So what's going on with this today? What's going to be available after today? What's going away today? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, everything, it'd be simpler, I guess, for me to say everything except for the regular edition of the books of issues 1 through 3, and the PDFs, and the Brian Belando last remaining art commission that hasn't been grabbed yet. But everything else will be gone. So then there'll be the weird. So it'll be the hat. It will be the 2 T-shirts, the metallic metallic cover editions. So there's 3 of those. There's the regular version that looks just like the cover art there, except it's metallic. And then there's also a virgin variant. So that's everything. I mean, everything off of it except for the art, the cover art. So no logo, any of that stuff. And it's just the cover art in metallic, and then there's also a line art variant, and that one's going to be so it's black and white with a silver background of the cover art. So all 3 of those will be gone late tonight. It's 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. You have to get to the I'm sorry, I can't talk, getting tongue-tied, to get these items. Also, the trading cards. There's a standard version's trading card of the Super Dread Fiend and Lieutenant Vladik. That's the crazy cyborg you see there on the left, and the Super Dread Fiend in the background is a big blue monster. And there's also metallic versions of those trading cards. Those will be gone tonight, as well as there's an art print of the cover art. And there's art print as well in metallic of a certain page. If you scroll down some, a little more, keep going. That one right there. That one's going to be in metallic. I decided to do that one. So it'd be that page without the word balloons, just showcasing the art. And it's going to have a blue border as well around the panels, and then a darker blue around the whole thing. That should look really awesome in metallic. And I picked this piece because of there's a good variety of this page in terms of the drama, the action. You get the Dread Fiend in there. You get Zathara showing off her amazing abilities. And I just thought it was a great showpiece kind of piece of art to do the metallic piece. So for people who are wondering what the metallic art print was going to look like, that's basically it there.
Cool, man.
I
Yeah,
can't help it, but my Nazism just tells me that the previous page would look a lot better.
Oh, the previous one?
Yeah, the previous one.
I was thinking about that one too.
That one.
I was
I
thinking
love
about
page.
that one.
Yeah, this panel layouts are cool. The panel layouts are cool on both pages, really.
Yeah. I did have a little bit of a tough time deciding between those two because I did narrow it down to those 2 pages, but I ended up settling on the other one.
There's a lot going on in this page.
Yeah.
I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, thank you. And then the T-shirt, which has the cover art on it and the logo, as well as there's a variant shirt. It's an add-on item only, and that shirt is so it's a line art of the cover on your shirt on a white shirt. So the idea is it looks like the artist has drawn the cover on your shirt, as well as there's a face mask of Zathara facing off against some Dread Fiends in a lightning storm. That's a scene from issue 1. And so all those items will be gone tonight. So if you're wanting to grab those items up, today's the day.
Well, Pale Rider's your hype man here in the chat. He says it's simple. Everything that you really want will be gone. And if you miss out now, you will need therapy for years.
Yes,
no one wants that.
They will
so
not be coming back.
Shit.
They will not be coming back. So now's your last chance.
Or if you put it short in Carlos' words, back that shit.
Back that shit. Thank you very much, Renner. You're a good man. You're a good man, sir, no matter what E-Type says about you. Johnny Cage agrees. It's a great way to say it.
Yeah, I backed it too. It's like, come on, October. Which is funny because this year's going by so fast, man. It's like it's gonna be.
It is.
Time, you know.
Yeah, it really is.
I can't believe we're already almost halfway through the year already. It's like, what the hell?
I feel like the last month or so has slowed down, but I think it's going to pick back up.
Yeah. Summer's going to get pretty wild.
So for anybody here that might be unfamiliar, you want to give everyone just kind of a rundown of what Chaotic Flux is all about?
So Chaotic Flux centers on a super team called the Crimson Flame, who unite in the future to rid the world of mutant abominations that are taking over, called Dread Fiends. These Dread Fiends are a food source that was created by humanity to sustain the humans in the future, which is the world's being ravaged by cataclysmic weather patterns, as well as great wars that are broken out between the different nations fighting over resources, usable land masses for farming and what have you, that are still
did Al Gore predict
cultivative.
This?
Huh?
Did Al Gore predict this?
Maybe. That kind of stuff is inspiration for this book, to be honest with you. I don't know if any of that stuff's going to happen, but
that makes sense because it's pure fantasy.
The weather turning on humanity, but then also in this book, so we made these life forms as food sources by splicing different life forms together to create a new animal kit to sustain itself in the harsh elements and reproduce very rapidly. But like the weather, these creatures, they start to mutate. Well, the weather doesn't mutate, but these creatures mutate, and like the weather, they turn against us. They start to feed on humanity and ravage the human race in a very drastic way. And these creatures, when they feed on something, they can use that as a biomass, or a biofuel, I should say. They can break it down very rapidly and then use that to adapt on the fly. They can make themselves bigger, for instance, wings for flight, extra limbs, whatever they need to basically get the upper hand in battle. And so these heroes come together. It's either let these monsters kill a human race or do something about it. So they find out they have this common goal that they want to get rid of all the monsters, of course, and they have these abilities where they think they can possibly pull it off if they actually unite in the right way and get over each other's differences and difficulties, whatever they may be, and learn how to utilize their abilities together as well. I'm a big fan of stories where characters will use abilities together to create new and interesting abilities. So that's part of this comic. And one of the main characters is Zathara, and she's an alien hybrid who can form these crystal-like structures at will. And she will primarily use those to create different types of melee weaponry, like throwing daggers, swords, big battle axes, pretty much whatever she can think of, she can form with these crystal-like structures. She primarily will turn her arms into blade-like swords and fight with them. She has an interesting move too, where we saw a little bit earlier in a page above, where she will turn her legs also into blades and then do this kind of spin attack and ultimately turn herself into this kind of giant blade, and anything in her path just gets shredded.
So can she use the blood of the monsters like a biomass, like vice versa?
No, it's actually she creates the crystals herself. It's not the like blood of the creatures. It's just something she can form at will. Um,
That would be
but
kind of amazing. Like imagine like you're sitting around the campfire, right, with the rest of the
Mhm.
group. You just kill the monster. You're having a barbecue, and suddenly you just can grow wings. Or
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, can humans do it? No,
yeah,
or well, I guess in her case she's an alien hybrid, so she's half human, half alien. But no, no, that's not something she can do. But that's an interesting idea though. But and then there's also Soren, who's an exosuit pilot. He fights in this exosuit called the Reaper. It's little all kinds of really badass weaponry. It's a state-of-the-art prototype that his grandfather had created for him. His grandfather's actually a weapons designer for the U.S. military. But then there's also Strife, who's a big transforming AI mecha, and he can turn into all sorts of things. He can even self-engineer. So if he, whatever materials he needs to make things, if he has it, he can create it. All kinds of different types of weaponry, but also different transformations for him. One of the main transformations he has is he'll turn to a ship mode later in the series to transport the team around in. So he's this kind of ultimate transformer that I designed. I'm a big fan of the Transformers, so I wanted a big robot in this that can do all these cool things.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the team starting out. There's some other heroes that come in later in the series, but we don't see them yet in these issues. I'm just slowly fleshing things out as we go along. Right now, we're mainly focusing on Zathara. I'm doing her backstory in these first 3 issues. Actually, the 4th issue will focus all on the remaining parts of her backstory. But issue 3 right now centers on a really big battle between Zathara and a Dreadfiend in the first act, where the Dreadfiend has mutated into a new form after eating lots of things in the previous issues, and so now he has a lot of biomass formed and gathered inside of him to where he mutates at the end of the last issue, and now she's facing off against this new super form in the 3rd issue, as well as Lieutenant Vladik is that weird looking cyborg guy down there. You can see his name right there, Lieutenant Vladik, but he is the right hand man of Thrax's Prime, who's the leader of the Order of the Purging Hand, and this order has been trying to wipe out Zathara's kind for a number of years. What's up, Chris? And he's been following, or they've been following Zathara for a while and trying to capture her. And in the middle of this book, Lieutenant Vladik sees an opportunity to try to capture her for his master, but he ultimately pushes Zathara into meeting up with Soren and Strife for the first time, unintentionally, of course. But this starts the uniting of these very powerful characters and beginning to form the Crimson Flame. And then the 3rd act gets into a very bloody and brutal battle between young Zathara and a group of Order of the Purging Hand soldiers that she's trying to get through. The facility that she was housed in as a child is called Lateralis, and they were housed there by the military to protect them from the Order of the Purging Hand, which is a extremist hate group that's been, like I said, been trying to wipe them out for a number of years because they believe that anything not of Earth should be eradicated. And they infiltrate this facility and start taking out anyone in their way to get to the children. And there's it's a big climactic battle in the 3rd act between Zathara and these soldiers, where she just really goes all out on these guys with her abilities because she's just trying to get out. She's just trying to survive all this. And so there's a lot of these elements with particularly with her at the moment, where she's being pushed into becoming a warrior, but not only a warrior, just like just really trying to survive against really incredible odds and very harsh brutal things that are going on. For instance, these soldiers that are just want to wipe her kind out. In the case with her, though, she finds out that they actually want to capture her, but she doesn't know what they want with her yet. So that comes a little later. But yeah, so lots of fun things going on in this book. I'm a big fan of X-Men, Avengers, Transformers, Resident Evil. I wanted to incorporate all these things into one big exciting adventure. And if you're a big fan of those stories and those types of stories and characters, then I think you're really going to dig Chaotic Flux. You can get issues 1 and 3 in this campaign if you missed out on the previous ones. That's no problem. There's a few packages in this campaign where you can grab all 3 of them. Also, you can add on issue 1 and 2 to any of the perks.
Like, dude, from what you just said, I'm only guessing that the book is about 300 pages.
Well, if you get 1 for 3, it's 84 pages right now. It adds up to 84 pages, so pretty good size. But yeah, I do have a lot in this story that I want to get out, want to get on all that, to tell. So it's going to be a bit of a long series. I'm thinking around 40 to 50 issues, but we'll see. I got more characters coming. There's Gareth, who's a big 8-foot tall swordsman with a giant transforming sword. There's also Pagan, who's a plant-based mage, and Ilaria, who is a fire-based mage. And Ilaria is actually the love interest of Soren. They drifted apart, and he's hopeful that they can rekindle this love between each other. But of course, these are elements that are coming later on in the storyline. So yeah, a lot of things coming. There's a lot of big battles I have in mind. There's a lot more stuff fleshed out I want to do for the Dread Fiends, including their origin story. And you'll see hives. They actually form hives of they start developing a hierarchy and a kind of society among them. So then they get smarter and stronger. Actually, each version of a Dread Fiend, they can reproduce by cloning themselves with biomass, and then they'll regurgitate that, and it quickly grows into an adult form. Well, each new generation that they produce is a little better than the last one, a little smarter, a little faster, a little stronger. So you will see them evolve really through the series as it goes on.
Cool, man. Just gonna say hi to some people in the chat real quick. What about stopped in? Good to see you, man.
What's up?
Of course, we know Chris is here.
Hey, sugar.
Yeah, Chris. A really fun show earlier. If you haven't seen it, go watch that show. It was so much fun.
In honor of Chris.
God, we're back.
Doja Coon stopped by, says about to go eat dinner, but wanted to say hi. Already backed this, so congrats on the campaign, and anyone who hasn't needs to seriously consider it. Absolutely. Thanks, Doja. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you, buddy.
Got Phoenix Animation in the house. Good to see you, my man.
Phoenix.
Scott, front or back?
Whoa. I don't know where this is going.
Come on.
And you're not going to tell me where it is at all. You're just going to say front and back, huh?
That's what I usually do.
Come on.
I'll just say back.
Good. There you have it.
It is a better choice. No offense, Chris.
Definitely the right choice. Gaming or what's in the house? Thanks so much for the $2, man. You didn't have to do that. But yeah, it's good to see you in the house, man. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just going to be a quickie, but yeah, we'll try to be doing some more here after a while. Wise Guys is in the house. What's up, my man? Good to see you, buddy.
Man.
And I think we are caught up. It says listening on my drive home. All right.
Nice.
What the hell? Yeah, you're going to get a lot of what the hell around here. It's just kind of the way it goes. But yeah, this is, it's not completely closing out, but a lot of the good stuff is closing out if you miss it today. So you want to get on board with that. Yeah, Scott's got a huge, one of the things I really like about this series is something you've already said, is that you have a lot of different, not even genres, but different types of characters in this, taking influence from a lot of different sources. And that's one thing I like to see, because a lot of times when you see team books, it's a lot of, I mean, if it's not superheroes, if it's like sci-fi in particular, something like now maybe like the Power Rangers, like they're all kind of the same, right? And all your characters here are very different in their own way. And yeah, that's just really cool, because I always wanted to see like a Transformers role-playing game, but it never came about. I always thought that would be cool.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, it's cool to see all types of different characters in one hot location.
I kind of like the design of those monsters, but what I dig the most, I think Scott already know.
Are you going to enlighten us anyway?
Yeah, the logo. Oh my God, the logo! I keep telling that every time we meet.
Yep.
I'm the logo person. Come on.
Well, you know, I mean, a logo is important, but there's more to a book than a logo.
Are you searching for a plot there?
It's funny how many little things you got to get right. Like, I mean, you don't have to get everything right, you know, but you know, you try your best you can with every little element. But it's funny what all the elements are. You know, it's the logo, there's the art style, there's the tone, there's like some cases the trailer is important for a campaign. But I've seen other campaigns too that don't even have a trailer and they do really well. So I'm not really sure how important a trailer is anymore.
Yeah, I don't really know. Johnny Cage says, "Red, do you want a role-playing game of everything?" Yes, I do.
Yeah,
So
I kind of do too, but you know,
I've been one of those guys. Like I've always played. I started out with D&D, but
right.
I don't know. I progressed beyond that to, like, you know, there were superhero RPGs, sci-fi like Star Wars, and geez Louise, vampire, werewolf. I like every type of RPG there is. I've probably played it. I might not have liked it, but I probably played it. I like a variety, like you said. Yeah, variety is important.
Yeah, I remember when they first, I can't remember what it was, but the first like sci-fi RPG I played, and I was like, this is kind of weird. I'm used to, you know, you're usually sci-fi is like an action game, but I get, you know, pretty well used to it after playing it for a while. I can't remember what the game was though. It's been a long time, but now I you know, of course I'm more used to those. But for a while I was one of those people that just thought that sci-fi games just shouldn't be RPGs. But then well then it's funny though, because I say that, but then there's KOTOR, which that one was a big RPG that I should play back in the day. And really, you know, Star Wars, so it's sci-fi. But for some reason, my brain didn't think that as taboo as an RPG. I guess because it still had, you know, lightsabers and stuff. Of course, it wasn't just rifles and
you know what's weird? Is I've actually played and enjoyed a Star Trek RPG, which doesn't sound like it would necessarily be doable, but it really is. Yeah, and I think a lot of it really depends on your players and your game master. As long as you have people with, you know, a decent and like-minded, I don't know, because, you know, there's all a variety of players as well. You know, there's the power mongers that are all concerned about their character and how powerful their character is, and then there's well, then there's the other people who are, you know, more group focused. You know, like we'll discuss like which characters we want to play to kind of have a rounded party, you know, and help each other out during the game and not just focus on their own power, but the group goal, which is that's my preference. I like those types of groups. I've been fortunate enough to be in one of those groups for a while. I mean, it's fun to have a kick-ass character, but at the same time, like, you got to make sure without the group, like, one character can't do everything.
Like carry the whole group.
Power Rider says, Red, did you ever play Gamma World or Star Frontiers? Yes, I played both, especially Gamma World. Since then, I have gone to Savage Worlds, which kind of includes... Savage Worlds is just a cool system, because people have made all, or not just made, but converted like all kinds of different systems, like Gamma World, I know, is one of them, to the Savage World system. And those are pretty cool to play. But yeah, I'm old, Power Rider. I'm sorry.
I'm kind of glad that we are 20 years behind here, because I still have time to play all of those. So.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Well, they should just be arriving.
Right?
Yeah. I think
they'll be here next week, or be there next week.
All of them, one by one.
I love how much she likes to play with that. Like, what do we call that? Not stereotype, but what's the word I'm looking for? They just think that they're 20 years archetype, but yeah, like they're 20 years behind.
Well, I mean, it's kind of true.
Europe.
Huh? Is it true, NyRiam? Are y'all really 20 years behind?
Of course.
And I don't think that's a bad thing, though, because I mean, shit, if I could go back 20 years, I bet your ass I would.
You're right. I wouldn't mind.
I'll trade this shit world for 20 years ago in a heartbeat.
Definitely go back 10 years ago.
We don't have board game. We don't have comics, but damn, we don't have woke people. You know, we don't have all that bullshit that is kind of popular over there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the most important.
20 years behind.
What's up, Cardinal?
Ryan Cardinal, good to see you, my man.
Man.
Chris is trying to stay awake. Oh, you need some help with that, Chris? I can help you with that. Here, NyRiam has a suggestion.
You have alpha, you have beta, you have gamma, then you have Chris. How dare you? How dare you?
Well, you have alpha, you have beta, you got Chris.
Yeah,
You torn it out of the context, and now you're pretty much insulting my number one simp.
that's completely within the context. I think you know that as well as I do. But yeah,
No.
Unfortunately, that's about all the time we got today, Scott. So you want to let everyone know where you're going to be tonight, and just let them know where you're going to be.
I'll be on the Awesome Whizjiz next. And here, actually, what time is it going to be? Yeah, another hour. I'll be on his show, and I was going to do Carla, but she said that I don't think she's going to be able to do tonight. She's doing mama stuff, baby mama stuff. So I will be on Comicsgate at 10 o'clock tonight. Well, my time. That'll be Central Time. So whereas for everyone else.
Yeah, Chris, whatever you do, don't stop simping. Don't stop simping.
Chris wouldn't do that.
No, he never would. Don't worry about it. See, everybody, check out Chaotic Flux. If you haven't yet, screw it. We're not going to get into all that. Me and NyRiam are going to do a stream tomorrow, probably during the day at some point, and just kind of give you some news on what's going on with Sunsworn and Bonds, mostly Mudman. But
nice.
Yeah, I know.
I saw the Mudman trailer this morning. Chris played it on his show.
We have something extra piece to show you. Just don't make sure to stop by.
Yes, definitely stop by whenever that happens. I'll try to give you more advance notice. I know I suck this time, but I'm doing my best with what I got. So, back Chaotic Flux. The link is in the description below. All the goodies besides the book just about are going away today. So make sure you get on that.
Oh, can you put me on the big screen real quick?
Yeah.
I forgot to mention it real quick. So everyone who has backed the campaign so far and everyone who backs it until 11 p.m. tonight Central Standard Time will be entered to a drawing to get these 4 art prints. So let me show you the other one. So these actually they're a good size. I can't remember the exact sizes on them, but I think they're like 10 by 14, somewhere in that range. And you will be into a drawing. Everyone who backs the campaign and everyone who has backed the campaign and everyone who backs it until 11 p.m. tonight, you will be entered into a drawing to get these 4 art prints.
Oh, beautiful.
Are you going to sign those?
That's important news.
I can. That's a good idea. I will sign them. Yeah.
Oh, there you have it, folks. That's just one more incentive to back today.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Scott, thanks for the getting here with all the retardation and whatnot that ensued on my part.
Thanks for doing on the fly.
No problem, man. NyRiam, thank you very much for co-hosting as usual.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Always.
And I guess that's it. We'll catch you all later.
Thanks for
Have
joining
a good one. Absolutely. Yeah, get to Wise Guys in an hour from now and hang out with Scott and Wyman again. So yeah, see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.